My name is Travis with Tools by Design, and this is the build I put together for SEMA. It's a 1996 Mitsubishi Minicab Kei Truck.
Coverage of SEMA 2024 is brought to you by Mueller Coops and Fortis HD. For all your tooling and rubber track needs, visit FortisHD.com.
Again, it's a 96 Mitsubishi Minicab, 660 cc's of fury, 12 valves per cylinder on those 3 cylinders. We're pushing maybe 47, 48 horsepower. I did add an Excel coil for that extra ignition boost. And we got the K&N filter, of course. But these trucks are nearly indestructible. They're incredibly fun. 4-wheel drive, manual transmission. Do whatever you want with them. Work them on the farm or build them into something fun and drive them in a parade. This has a full stainless bed with a scissor lift and dump bed function, but I wanted to get creative with it, so we went ahead and had custom front tube bumpers made by JC Customs on the front and rear. We have the KC Highlights sponsored the lighting package I put together, and then we've just wanted to kind of accentuate the tiny mini truck aspect of it and bring some flair and fun. These make you smile as is, but who doesn't love the bright colors? So I went with full 80s kind of scheme. And then we've got a Mod My Rig upper here with Agency 6 grab handles. We went with a little bit of off-road aspect, but also some overlanding coupled in. The full stainless bed is a Japanese OEM bed I had imported to put on this truck, so it's not the same as the regular steel bed that's on these. The sides still fold down. We've got our toolbox in the side, and because I do tools and power tools in the construction space, I wanted to implement all kinds of tool aspects. A 48 tools battery holder here, and then this is a made by Metalist hand axe. He cast his hand. He sells these in different axes. We got an old school siren made in Japan. And then we went with a little bit of flair here, so I added some just fun spikes onto the stainless fenders. These are vintage Bridgestone Zona RV1 rally racing wheels from the early 80s. Found those online from Japan, so we shipped them in to fit the truck. We also upgraded the brakes, the suspension. The shocks in the rear are from an 85 Toyota pickup that you could add. The same with the front. There's specific springs for these mini trucks being made now. The bed, polished it up a little bit, but we had to add some flair with the colors. But then why not, with a mini truck, throw in a mini bulldozer? So this is a Struck Corporation, made in the USA, mini bulldozer. These have been for sale since 1958 in the back of Popular Mechanics, but the company is under new ownership and they've developed a more modern dozer. 20 horsepower in this dozer here. It's got full hydrostatic transmission, rubber tracks, steel available. There's quick attachments for the front and rear. I've got a full bucket attachment articulating here. There's 4 6-way blade on the front, depending upon what you need. There's also a backhoe quick attachment that came with it, so I've got that at the house, but this is what would fit in the bed, so this is what we put. It's 1,200 pounds of dozer in a sub 2,000 pound pickup truck. So this is a 4-speed manual transmission. It has 4-wheel drive high and low, and it has a diff lock in the rear. So the bumper, I upgraded all the lighting. So these are KC lights in the pods in the back. And then we've got a mini shocker hitch here along with the moose knuckle. I've got a Wirus Win. It's a Japanese made aftermarket exhaust on it. And yeah, we did a 2-inch lift all around. I wanted to add some vintage flair, so I put on some vintage early 90s, late 80s Taz bumpers. And we had an open space here, and I didn't know what to do with the open space, so I went ahead and put Milwaukee Pack Out that just locks into the side, and it's using an integral truck locking mounts for Pack Out here. They're really solid, IP65 rated. It's hard to get to with the bed on, but this bed does scissor up, so I can just push a button, it'll lift up, or you can, I've got them locked in there right now so no one can take it, or you can get your finger, just lift it, and just comes right out. So there's lots of options there. Now the Minicab does have a full frame from the front to rear, so it's a great truck for modifications. And then on the interior, I had the door panels, everything redone with some vinyl. This is a work truck, it does get used. I have toted 2,000 pounds of dirt in it and dumped it. And then, yes, pretty simple, straightforward, and just try to get creative and have fun with it and show everyone what you can do with such a tiny little truck, because not only does it look cool, but it will go anywhere in 4-wheel drive, and you can just have as much fun as you want.
So what was your primary inspiration when you first started to build?
The colorway came from kids' toys I had in the late 80s. I remembered a truck that had some fun flair, so I Googled the internet and found it, and then I kind of just added in the colors. The bumpers are Zendex purple. I did it. They offered to put the truck in the booth, and I was like, why not throw some awesome purple bumpers on it? And I think it came out really well with the overall just fun, lighthearted design.
So what's the next steps for for your truck?
Yeah, there's always more, right? Well, the goal is to have the stainless bed fully polished. So that is a high-end thing. I want to get the wheels polished. Uh, Pretty much, it's only got 30,000 original miles, so there's nothing wrong with it. I've already replaced all the bushings, and it's just to use it mainly. Add some more LED lighting, but all of these trucks with the beds fold down, so you can do this, and then you've got a work surface here, but the whole bed will become a flat bed. And then if you just imagine, you push the button, you can plug in behind here's a plug that you can manually do it or from the dash, and the bed will scissor up 6 foot. So it's great for doing any kind of remote work or maybe going to a concert or to the beach or anywhere. So it's just kind of use it and enjoy it, right? And then just keep adding on little pieces.
For people that don't know, can you give some context on the little slogan there?
Got paid? So I always forget about it. So on my page on Tools by Design, every Friday I have a segment called F It Friday, which stands for Featured Unknown Knowledge in Tools. People submit videos throughout the week of terrible craftsmanship, say some terrible drywall work, some framing that's really sketchy, a deck that shouldn't be built. I take that and I do a voiceover and just kind of brag about how awesome it is and make fun of the trades that are done poorly. And at the end, I always say, clients happy, got paid. So I figured, why not put it into the whole build and slogan, and just another one of those things that just makes you smile.
Why a Mitsubishi over like a Daihatsu type?
So I actually own 4 mini trucks. So I've got a Daihatsu Hijet with the heavy-duty dump bed. It's got a PTO-driven dump bed off of the rear differential, and it'll dump over 2,000 pounds super easily. But this one was the first truck I found that had the scissor lift dump bed option, low mileage and good shape. And the Mitsubishi is full frame, so it's very solid, and that's why I chose this version. But then I've got 2 Daihatsus and 2 Minicabs. They're really awesome trucks. Each one's a little different, and I just saw one the other day that was a Subaru Sandbar with a light, a generator and a light that goes up like 20 foot, almost like a bucket truck in the back for lighting work sites and that. You just never know what options you're gonna get. They got refrigerated beds, they got ones with hooks, ones with lift gates. They've got all kinds of stuff. They've got 3-way dumps that'll dump off the sides and the back. There's literally anything, and almost all of them are 4-wheel drive with a manual trans. The Hijet Jumbos are great, yeah, because you got the extra space. But the Hijet deck van, they're so awesome because they've got like minivan sliding doors on the back. So and they've got a tiny little bed in the back with a tailgate that's useful, but then you've got all that enclosed cab for putting stuff in. They're sweet trucks, and the beauty is they're fun as hell to drive. All they do is make you smile, and they will literally go anywhere a Jeep can go, plus they'll get into smaller spots.
Do you plan on building anything past this, like another one that's different?
I'm probably gonna do another one that's more on the overlanding side with a bed-mounted camper or something to do some off-road camping. But this one may work with the bed-mounted camper as something to put in the bed and then have it outfitted, and then you can just take it off. So I think I'm gonna work with Radica on their Moonlander setup. They've got an aluminum shell that's a cab-over style now, and I think we're gonna try and put it on this truck to be able to shift it for whatever you need. I've liked the reception so far, and I hope everyone enjoys it. If you wanna see more of this truck or anything to do with the customizations, check out Tools by Design on Instagram. That's my main handle. And then, of course, I'm on TikTok and Facebook and everywhere else, but it's Tools by Design everywhere.
Thanks for watching. Consider subscribing if you want to see more of our coverage of SEMA 2024.